The wedding preparations were in full swing. Your sister Yuna's big day was just 2 days away. You were standing in the decorated backyard fixing fairy lights on the fence. Okay, pink balloons on the left, champagne bottles on the right. And someone make sure the chocolate fountain isn't drowning itself again. You barked orders frantically, trying to keep Yuna's bachelorette party from turning into a hot mess. Your girl gang was in full chaos mode, but they were the best. Even your loudmouth enemy, Bestie Yonsul, who rolled her eyes at everything you said but somehow got the job done perfectly. Just as you were fixing the bride-to-be sass on the dummy mannequin, your phone buzzed in your back pocket. You paused. Yunsul snatched your phone before you could react, her devil grin spreading. Well, look who is calling. Jungkook. No, don't you dare. You reached for it too late. With dramatic flair, she answered the call and hit speaker. Hey Jungkook, baby. He poured with exaggerated sweetness. The rest of the girls froze, heads whipping around like wolves smelling crimson wine. Jungkook's voice came through deep and velvety. Why do you sound like you have been possessed by raccoon in heat? The girls burst into laughter. Yonsul cackled. She's busy bossing us around like a stressed wedding planner on caffeine. We are preparing Unani bachelorette party. Oh, really? Jungkook's tone dropped an octave, teasing. Is it a wild one, or do I have to crash it to make things interesting? He lunged forward. Give me the phone. Nope. Pencil dodged you like a pro. Say hi to your little flirt buddy girls. The whole group screamed in chorus. Hi, Jungkook. He laughed, shameless and unbothered. Damn, that's a lot of pretty voices, but I only called for one. Oh, Yeonsul fake pouted. She is turning red, Jungkookie. Do you want me to tell you what she confessed to me last night? Yeonseol, you squeezed, fully ready to strangle her with a pink streamer. Jungkook, unbothered as ever, chuckled. Let me guess, she's glaring like she wants to erase you, but secretly enjoying every second of this. You snatched the phone back with a growl. You are insufferable, and you are adorable when you are flustered. He shot back instantly. What are you wearing, by the way? The girls gasped. He did not. She shouted. Jungkook, you hissed, dragging the phone to your chest. He laughed again. But I just wanted to make sure you are not matching with anyone else. You know, I have territorial issues. The girl screamed again like you were in live K-drama. Yonsul hollered, Fine, if you don't marry him, I will. You rolled your eyes. Good luck surviving him. He flirts like a only for you, sweetheart. Dead silence, then absolute shrinking, your face buried into your hands. I hate you. But damn it, your stupid heart was smiling. You ended the call, cheeks blazing, still feeling the warmth of his voice in your ears. You turned to Yonsul, who handed you a cold drink with the world's most infuriating smirk dragging over a chair like a dramatic maid of honor. There, she said with immense innocence. Take a seat, darling. Just wedding teasing ritual. Totally normal. Everyone gets sudden over mood lightning. I will you under those champagne bottles. You groaned mid-spill. Just then your phone buzzed again. Jungkook again. Yeonsul yelled over the music. Fine, at least ask him what he wants now. A kiss through the phone? You shot her a death glare and picked up, this time walking away towards the quiet corner of the backyard behind the hanging floral garlands. Jungkook, what now? Didn't get enough attention 10 minutes ago? His voice came through low and casual like he was calling from a beach chair. Didn't like how we ended the call. There was nothing to end. You embarrassed me in front of my entire girl gang. You say that like it's not my full-time job. You sat on the edge of the stone fountain, exhaling slowly, trying to keep your voice even. Is there an actual point to this call, or are you just bored again? Quick question. What do people usually use for first night decoration? Rose petals, candles, mood lightning. Your jaw practically unhinged. What? Behind you, Yonseo let out a dramatic gasp. Did he just say first night decorations? Yonseo choked and whispered. You turned and there they were, your entire squad of nosy friends sneaking up like a guilty toddlers, couch eavesdropping on a phone call that was not meant for public broadcast. Yep, he replied coolly on speaker. For him's first night, I am in charge. Figured you would know what sets the mood. You do think about these things, don't you, Wyatt? You nearly dropped the phone. Why would I think about? Oh, come on, Jungle interrupted, clearly enjoying himself. If it were your, what would you want? Silk seats, slow music, maybe some. Stop it, you hissed, eyes wide, as the girl started screaming again. Yonsiol was crying, laughing. Ask him if he is taking notes for his future first night with you. Shut up, Yonsiol. Jungkook chuckled. I mean, if you help me decorate theirs, I might owe you a first night of your own. Fair trade. Dead silence, your mouth went dry. Yeah, you didn't answer me. Do it fast. It's for Hyung and I want it like those Pinterest type wedding night. I'm in charge for their room setup. Oh my god, what? Why you? Your girls gang goes silent, hovering in curiosity. Then who? Well, I suppose do it with Erin. Your face different. Erin? His sister best friend. Beautiful, smart, always hanging around him at family events. Oh, Erin's helping. Why? You don't like her? Didn't say that. You didn't have to. Your silence is louder than Yeonsul laughs. The girls gasp again. Yeonsul drops to the floor, wheezing. You said, rolling your eyes. Just focus on the decor, not reading my mind. Can't help it. You get weirdly quiet when you are jealous. I'm not jealous. Sure, that's why your voice is octave higher than usual. He is right. You are jealous. You want to be the one decorating your first night with him? Yeonsul, I swear to God. You glared at Yancy, as if sensing Jungkook said, laughing softly. Relax, sweetheart. If it were ours, I wouldn't need anyone else's help. Jungkook, just saying, you would probably have the candles, music, everything planned, and I would bring the silk seats. The girl lost it again, full on ruining and shrieking. He said silk seats, girl signed the marriage papers already. Jungkook, you are gone. You shrieked, turning around and slamming your phone face down on the table. Too late, the girls were rolling on the grass like drunk hyenas. Susie yelled between cackles. He's basically just proposed through first night decor. Girl, you are finished. You covered your face, heart racing. This man was going to you with teasing. Meanwhile, your phone buzzed again. A text from Jungkook. I like vanilla candles just in case you are planning anything for ours. You screamed into balloons. 2 days later, the venue looked like it had been kissed by every fairy tale ever written. Ivory drapes, golden chandeliers, roses blooming in every shade of romance. Yuna looked breathtaking in her gown, and Jahyun couldn't stop smiling. Everyone was swooning except you. You were frozen because John Jungkook walked in, tux tailored like a second skin, sleeves rolled just enough to show his tattoo jawline sharp enough to slice your sanity. He spotted you near the rose arc and smirked. Careful, you whispered as he leaned close, pretending to adjust your hair. You are starting like you wanna drag me behind the altar instead. What if I do? He shoved his hand away quickly. Shut up. You started it. He moaned. You called me. You hissed. Calling me at midnight asking about first night budgets? He only grinned, eyes sparkling with trouble. As the ceremony began, you tried to focus, clapping, smiling, doing all the proper bridesmaid things. But Jungkook, he sat across you during the family dinner, eyes locked like a snipper, sending suggestive eyebrow raise every time someone mentioned wedding night. Later that evening, while everyone was dancing under the twinkling garden lights, he finally cornered you near the drink table. "You look beautiful," he said suddenly sincere. You blinked. "Is that not a setup for a joke?" "No joke." He shook his head. "Just the truth." You paused. "You really are a maniac, you know." He leaned closer, your heart stuttering. "Maybe, but I'm your maniac now." Nuna and Hayum were officially married. It means we are no longer future in-laws. His fingers grazed your waist. Nothing illegal anymore. Your heart skipped. "And if tonight's their wedding night," he whispered, voice thick with meaning, "does that mean R is up next?" You quirked, then slapped a napkin over his mouth. "Go help your brother pack his honeymoon bag before I pour punch on your tux." He chuckled behind the napkin, pulling it away and murmuring, "You will fall for me eventually." Weddings have that effect. Damn it, he was probably right. The music faded and a soft hush fell over the garden. Shahyun took Yuna's hand gently in his, voice steady despite the emotion clouding his eyes. "I always thought love was loud, flashy, dramatic, but you walked in with calm eyes and steady hands, and I realized love can be gentle too. You taught me that home isn't a place, it's a person, and you are my home, today, tomorrow, forever." Your heart fluttered, Yuna wiped a tear, her voice shaky but glowing. "I was never the girl who believed in forever. I used to laugh at fairy tales until I met you. You didn't promise me the stars. You just showed up every single day. Even when I was a storm, I promised to show up for you every sunrise and every storm, to be your calm, to be your chaos, to be your always." You blinked fast, pretending the tears weren't real. Beside you, Jungkook whispered, "Remind me to steal their words someday. Might need them if I ever convinced you to marry me." You choked on a laugh. "In your dreams." He smirked, "You are my dream." The guests stood to clap as Yuna and Jaehyun kissed, loving shining like firelight. You were so caught in the moment and Jungkook stared. You didn't notice the camera flashing right when he leaned in forward, you whispering, "Can't wait to hear your voice someday, babe. Hope they start with I was in denial for too long." You soothed him lightly, cheeks burning, but a small part of you wondered what would your voice sound like. After all the laughter and flirting, it's finally night, the celebration are over, and you are alone in your room in that awful silence where reality hits. Yuna is not yours anymore, your sister, your shield, your soulmate, your only soft place in a strict world just got married, and even though you smile all day, now you are just a girl crying in the dark. It was almost midnight. Your room was dim, your bridesmaid's dress discarded on the floor, makeup smudged as white soaps broke through the silence. You curled up on your bed, face buried in the pillow, muffling the sound you didn't want anyone to hear, especially not your parents. They were probably already talking about your marriage now that Yuna's was done, like it was a baton passed in a cruel race. He whispered into the dark, "I hate him." He took her. She was mine. The window creaked. You froze, heart thudding, then sat up quickly, wiping your cheeks. From the shadow of your open balcony door, Jungkook stepped in, messy black hair, white shirt, slightly unbuttoned, no jacket, just him and the unreadable expression. "Why is your balcony always unlocked?" he asked softly. You glared through your tears. "Are you stalking me now?" He walked closer, slowly, carefully, like he knew you would break if you moved too fast. "No," he said gently. "I just figured you would be crying." You turned your face away, voice sharp with pain. "Congratulations, your brother took away the only person I had. You all got what you wanted." Silence, then a soft, heartbreaking whisper. "You think I didn't lose her too?" You turned to him confused. "She was my sworn elder sister before you even born, before Hyun confessed her and making a fiance. We used to call each other at 2 a.m. just to talk shit about our family." He smiled bitterly. She was my double partner when our parents tried to make me into a perfect hire. She gave me courage, she gave you strength, and now she is going abroad. Philip trembled. Jungkook sat beside you on the bed without asking. His fingers reached out, hesitated, then touched your wrist softly. I didn't come to joke tonight. I came because I didn't want you to cry alone. It's easy to say, your voice cracked, because you are not the one they will pressure now. I know, they will marry me off next. I won't let them. He looked up. He meant it. His jaw was tight, hands bathed in his lap. I won't let anyone force you, and if crying helps tonight, he pulls you into his chest, slowly letting you collapse there, hands shaking. Then cry. I will stay. You finally sobbed into his shoulder, and for the first time in years, someone held you like you mattered. Like you weren't just someone's daughter or a sister or responsibility, just you, and he stayed. He didn't know how long you stayed like that, curled against him on the bed, the night whispering through the open balcony door, his hand stroking your back slowly, protectively. At some point, your soul quieted, only the sound of your breathing sinking slowly with his remains. You pulled back slightly, wiping your nose with the sleeve of your hoodie. Jungkook smiled faintly, so tenderly it almost broke you all over again. You looked like a grumpy little kitten. He teased softly, thumb brushing a stray tear from your cheek. You tried to scold Phil, instead you whispered, "Why are you always here when I fall apart?" His smile faded, not into sadness but something deeper. "Because you are the only thing that matters to me when you fall apart," he moaned. The world stopped spinning for a second. Your eyes locked, your broken, tired soul sensing the battle in his. Reckless boy who flirted with you seamlessly, standing there raw and bare, asking without force, "Can I stay? Will you let me stay?" You didn't think, didn't plan, you just leaned up, heart hammering and pressing your lips to his. Soft, fragile, testing for a heartthrob, he froze. Then something inside him snapped. His hands cupped your face, tilting your head as he kissed you back harder, deeper. It wasn't perfect, it was messy, desperate, testing of salty tears and too many unsaid things. Your fingers tangled in his hair, pulling him closer. He crooned low in his chest like he was starving for this, for you. He kissed you like he was trying to stitch every broken piece back together with his warmth. When you finally pulled apart, both gasping, forehead pressed together, he whispered against your lips, "I swear on everything I will never let you cry alone again." And you believed him because in that moment, in that kiss, it wasn't just pain, it was the beginning of something that had been waiting in both of you, blooming softly through all the chaos.